Afternoon and warm welcome everyone. I hope am I hello? Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, audible.
Okay, okay,
Audible.
okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, audible. Yes, ma'am.
Thanks all for joining us. And I think we already have 100 participants. So BPP Publications, founded in 1958, is the Asia's largest publisher of computer and information technology books and has 62 years of excellence in the publishing industry, started by Sri G.C. Jainji, who has been honored with the Padam Shri Award in 2002 by Honorable President of India for his contribution in spreading IT education in the country. BPP is publishing quality print books, electronic books, and video courses on all the latest trending technologies. Our quality content makes it more convenient for every student to learn and understand from various industry experts. Today, we are pleased to present a webinar on cyber security. As we all know that everyone is online these days, including the majority of the teens and the young children. So whether by using a smartphone or by like accessing the internet, watching a video, playing a game, thus the objective behind this discussion is to learn the various techniques and the tools by which we can greatly reduce and overcome the chances of something going wrong when we are online. So all the teachers, parents and kids, everyone will find relevant information in this webinar. Like we should be careful when we click and when we download something and keep all the softwares and apps up to date and many more things. It's a great honor and pleasure to invite the speaker of the day, Ms. Chandani Agarwal, working as head computer science in Maharaja Agrasen Model School, teaching grade 11th and 12th, and has over 23 years of teaching experience. She is a proud recipient of National ICT Award 2016. Chandni is a cyber security awareness coach and is passionate about learning and innovating with ICT in the teachings. She is Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert, Adobe Creative Ambassador, Microsoft Master Trainer, resource person at NCERT, NIOS, and SCERT. She represented India at Microsoft Global Educator Summit E2 Paris in 2019. So welcome Chandni ji. Can you hear me Chandni ji? Chandni ji, are you there? Welcome Chandni ji. We are very happy to have you here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Am I audible?
Chandni ji, please share your knowledge and experience with our participants. So everyone, please get ready. And Chandni ji, over to you now. Please start. Thank you so much.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, yes, please.
Am I audible, ma'am? Am I audible?
Yes,
Okay,
Chandni
thank
ji.
you. Okay, BPP Publications giving such a wonderful platform to address a wonderful audience. And Surbhi ma'am, thank you so much for your words of appreciation for introducing me. I am also one of the educator like we all are here gathered to listen. Just my concern is to spread awareness about cyber security. As an educator, we have power. We have power to tame, power to create, power to produce a good citizen. So I'll not take much time and I'll start with the presentation. So as the topic is cyber security unlocked, are major concerns and I'll try to give you tips, some good about how we can get safe in this digital world where we all are. As a digital citizens, we reside there. Our small, younger ones are now our old ones. It's like a community. It becomes a digital community now. In the digital world, we all are surrounded by, we can say, IoT things. Most of our kids, they order Alexa or they say, okay, Google. Even a 3 years old kid can work with voice commands or just with a swipe of he can or she can see anything on mobile. So this mobile in our hand is can be a wonder or can be a danger. So we are busy with shopping online, watching movies, social media, and now the trending from this new January 2020 is remote learning. If we talk about after post COVID, but before that, let's have a small security check before moving into the session. Ankita ma'am, kindly it will just take a 1 minute to pass this security check for everyone. Ankita ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, Chandni ji, you are audible.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Uh, dear audience, please see in the chat window. There will be a link. So please click that link and just check your knowledge or check your concerns over there. It's just take us 1 minute. So we will spend 5 to 7 minutes on this activity. Surbi ma'am, if you can see chat window, if there is any problem coming in filling the form.
I think you are not presenting your screen. Please
Uh,
present your screen, Chandni ji.
1 second, ma'am. I have presented. 1 second. I'll reshare the screen. Is it visible now?
Yes, please, it's visible.
Okay. So if we see 5 responses are there on the screen.
Chandni ji, I think we are not able to hear you. You are on mute.
No, ma'am. I'm observing the result
Okay, all
as
right.
they are
Thank you. Okay.
filling. So I am not. Yeah. I'll just observing the result. We have 2 more minutes on it.
Ma'am, you are not audible.
Sir, I am not speaking anything. I'm just waiting for 1 more minute to fill the form. Then I'll
Oh,
discuss all these. On the basis of your form filled, I'll speak.
okay, okay, ma'am. Thank you, thank you.
We see uh, check subscription and counter condition. It's a 50-50.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Some
I
people.
want to know whether we'll get a certificate of participation for this.
Ma'am, this organizers can tell.
So somebody from the team, please let us know.
Everyone, please keep yourself on mute. Shamiji is presenting.
Now, out of 115, I think they have encountered threat where has raised for saying no. So, spam mail or the ransom mail is also a kind of threat. If we see how many of us change our password now, it can be a new scenario. Otherwise, we people occasionally change our password, or when we forgot the password, we change. And I think, we rarely read the terms and conditions. We ever read the terms and conditions of Facebook or Google? To Google, we have given permission to use our each and every information anywhere. So, and most of us are using Google search engine to search. Chrome browser is one thing, but search engine
Ma'am, ma'am, there is a lot of
we
disturbance in the voice. No? We are not able to listen it.
maximum. Now, can you? I think there is some problem in bandwidth or all. Am I
Yeah,
clearly audible?
we are not able to listen the
Maybe now-
song. The voice is breaking.
Actually,
Am I audible now?
everybody should off their camera to
Please,
enhance our
yes.
bandwidth.
Even I have also and switch off and be on.
Shamini ma'am, please increase the volume also.
Ma'am, I have increased volume. Actually, I am not using any kind of microphone. I am just speaking from my laptop directly.
Okay,
So,
okay.
now is it audible?
It's fine. It's fine. Please go ahead.
Is it audible now?
Yes,
Voice?
yes, it is audible.
Okay, okay,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
everybody should off their camera.
So, we are on social media. Ma'am, is PowerPoint visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Thank you so much. So now we have just gave the kind of small survey where we have seen that we all are on social media. We are changing our passwords occasionally, but now we are changing our password like we change our toothbrush. But some people, maximum of people, they don't change toothbrush even frequently. So it's just a part of joke. So we are in the digital world, and see, from this is the survey of January 2020. Now it might have increased. This survey has brought 3.80 billion people are active on social media. whereas 4.54 billion users are on internet. So this stats has increased. If we use the use of mobile by category, it percent use social networking and are the most important health and fitness apps are at with the 26%. If I compare the internet minute time in 2020 and 2019, if we see the Netflix, 6,94,444 hours watched in 2019, which has increased to 7,64,000 in 2020 within a minute. Instagram scrolling has doubled. Twitter users are doubled. So if we see the social media concern is increased. People are spending time in lockdown. We know better. As an educator, we are busy in creating lesson planning. We are busy in creating, finding a new and efficient way of teaching. But people sitting at home in the lockdown has increased the watch time of YouTube videos, Netflix, and other means of entertainment channels. Social media, cyber criminals, hackers, they are on hike. They have found new ways to tease the people. So now prevention is always better than cure. So that's why we have more and more awareness sessions. What are the probable risks here? I'll quickly have a recap of the probable risk. We all are concerned about our data safety. Rather, it's a small file, but sometimes it is much more required. Identity theft. People, they face identity theft. Sometimes they say, I have not sent the mail. How you can receive? With our identity, people are committing crime. So this is one of the threat. Password security. I'll talk on more detail on this. Fake identities. Now I want to tell here, there is difference between impersonator and fake identities. So people are confused about, they say someone has created my fake ID. No, it is impersonation. Impersonation is someone is like you. That means they just kind of representing you as ID with a false ID. Fake identity is the person which is not existing. Impersonate, which is taking your form. Cyber pornography. This is the biggest threat with our kids. There is a site, Deep Nude, which can make an image or a video of any person with the face but the nude identity. Deep fake is an app in the dark web which replaces the face of a person in a video. Cyberbullying, cyber stalking. Cyberbullying is again a big problem in during online classes. Even writing a bad comment, writing a funny comment comes under the cyberbullying. It is most common in the teenager group, school going kids. It is more common. So we need to educate our children that there is cyber law under which they can get punishment or they have to pay money for as a they have to pay as a punishment amount. So there are certain
Ma'am, can you explain
cyber,
one by one? Please.
cyber law under IT. Hello.
Ma'am, can you explain about each and every individual possible risk? As
Yes, sir. I Yeah, I'll explain. I'll explain. As coming slides, all these things are there. So I'm giving you introduction about these. So in 1 hour time, I can't cover everything in detail. So I am touching upon the points and coming in detail in my coming slides. So as a cyberbullying, we have to tell our children about all these kind of risk. They can be trapped. So they write anything and they think that means they can delete the message, but it is not deleted. Anyone can take snapshot. Same with the cyber stalking. People are stalked and it may harass. Again, we have separate section under Cyber Law IT Act 2020. Cyber predation. During these days, children have mobile phone in their hand all the time. We don't know to whom they meet, to whom they talk. But in this cyber predation, people can, can threaten the kids. Like if you remember the games, we had that whale, I don't remember that blue whale game was there. So that comes under cyber predation. So younger ones, they caught into it and it may happen, it may any with our kids. So we have to take care of our younger ones, our students, our community, and please make aware them. They should not talk to any unknown and be safe. Cyber terrorism is on hike. We are getting so many messages of phishing mails. 2 days back, there was a message, more than 20 lakh IDs are on risk. Trolling is also a crime, like putting any photograph, and now kids are in the habit of posting memes about their peer, about their friends, and especially about teachers during these days. So this is also a crime. Email spamming. So we got bulk mail, which can fill our inbox, and sometimes it can be a spyware mail if we click on that. For phishing, I am coming into the detail. Data stealing and misuse of credentials and malware. All these kind of threats can steal out our data, send out of our system, and what kind of threat we can have? We can get adware, we can get so many phone calls. So all the, sometimes we wonder how they got. So they got a number from such kind of data stealing apps. So let's quickly have first safeguard of thing is the safe surfing. So we can have safe surfing with all these points, and I am coming into detail of these. First of all, whenever have any website, please check its authenticity with a lock at the corner. With the lock at the corner, and the certification here, if you can see my screen, you can see all the certification of that particular site clicking on the lock. So that will tell you whether that site is authentic or not. When you download any image, as an educator, we are downloading so many images, sometime to explain the lesson. Kindly, when you click on images, I'll just give a small quick demo of it. When you click on images, click on tools. Click on tools and click on usage rights. From here, please select label for reuse and then acknowledge the site from where you are picking the information or the image. So this is most important thing, because under Copyright Act, there is a section, and if we copy anyone's content and do not acknowledge, it is a crime. Next part is, sometimes we have to search through image. We don't know from where this image is coming. We want to know the source of image. We can use reverse image method. This reverse image method is also helpful in checking out any image or our online reputation on net. So for this, you can try, you can explore, write down images.google.com. You can search by image. You can upload your image, or you can simply paste URL of your image here and search. So if I upload any image, for example, I am uploading my image right now, and as it is not anywhere on the net, otherwise it will show me the location of that image on the net. So in this way, you can search for any impersonator on it. You will get the source of that particular image using reverse image search method. So the link is images.google.com. So search, next part comes search engines may be the gateway of your cyber threats. So many of you have written Google search engine. Now what happened when we use Google search engine? It takes our every data and store it. Using machine learning and AI APIs, it just filter our data, it analyze our data, and we get the mails, we get the advertisements, we get the suggestions according to that. And we are connected with our Gmail IDs everywhere. So I suggest you few another methods, new methods of searching information. Please use incognito mode. I call these 3 dots as our magic dots. Sometimes you see it horizontally, sometimes you see it vertically. So if you click on these 3 dots, you will get this window. Click on new incognito window, you will get this window. Now what is benefit of this window? It will not save your browsing history or cookies or site data anywhere. So this is slightly safer part than searching it openly. Next search engine is DuckDuckGo. You can use DuckDuckGo search engine. It search anonymously and privately. It will not share your data anywhere. Next is Disconnect Me. Search.disconnect.me is one more search engine. It will not track your search. So these are the search engines, few search engines I have told you about. Also, you can explore open source software to be on the safer side. Next part comes email and password, which is key to many locks. Sometimes we people keep same password for our all IDs and don't change for a longer time. Now, how to identify there is a data breach? Basically, everyone is interested in your data. High profile people, again, the high risk of data breach. Suspicious mail, message or content, you will get. Change of profile contents, impersonating profiles you can get. Outflow of banking data and money. Most of the people are facing this problem. Receiving calls from suspicious persons. So if you are getting these kind of symptoms, that means you have faced the data breach. Now, this is a small tool, suggestive tool, which checks about your data. I'll show you this. Here you have to enter your email ID. Even I tell you my email ID has been breached long back. I'll show you. See, 2 breached sites. This is a database tool which collects the data. Even data hackers, they post data somewhere that these sites are breached. If you remember, these are the breaches long back held. Even Canva breach held in 2019. Edmodo held in 2017. So you can write your email ID here and check whether you are victim of data breach or not. So the site address is haveibeenpawned.com.
Chandni ma'am, you are muted.
Chandni ma'am, please unmute yourself.
Okay, now is it audible?
Yes, yes, it is audible.
I don't know how it has been. Okay. So, hello. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Chandni ma'am, you are audible.
Ma'am,
Yes,
what was the last? I told about this. Till here, have you listened?
You were telling us that we can check by putting our email IDs that whether they have been breached or not.
Okay, thank you so much. So this has a database. Whenever any ID is hacked, it has a database of your IDs, right? So if you have changed the password, that means your password there is password and username. Change your password. Keep your different password. So you unsubscribe from these apps. Also, as an educator, if you want some apps to be downloaded, create another ID like dummy IDs and work with that. So I'm quickly coming to the password and passphrases. See, the small password can be hacked by computer and hacked by hand very quickly. Some companies have created this as a rule of keeping a password of 16 characters long. So password and passphrases. So I suggest now start with the passphrase. But that passphrase should not be like your common line you speak. Passphrases are easier to remember but difficult to guess. Or you can take the first letter of your passphrase and create your password. And remember, password is the key to your digital door. Be careful, hacker may be your known. And wrong date. It is of iron. Made of iron. So we have to secure our entry gates. So these are some safe practices. During these days, many lucrative offers are floating on WhatsApp and people knowingly, unknowingly forwarding. See, we are forwarding a virus. We can forward a kind of threat. So kindly do not forward such kind of messages on WhatsApp. Don't provide your personal information in any form even. Yes, we are sharing our phone numbers because OTPs are coming. OTPs are coming. So please download apps so carefully. Fill any form so carefully. Nowadays, in the name of education, so many threats are floating. Then phishing websites, if you see the Cyrillic characters A and different style of A and domain names with such kind of characters are available. So when we type normal characters, but when we click a link, we can move to any kind of thread. So now I'll discuss the most common threats during post COVID-19 cyber attacks. So these are the 5 major attacks: malware attack, email based, message, fake mobile application, and UPI frauds. First, and message based. We people are getting so many messages. I just spoke about this. So how we can, we need not to click on such kind of mails. Please check the authenticity of mail. Please check the authenticity of the sender. Don't click on any email just out of curiosity. Fake mobile apps and UPI in the Arogya Setu. Can you tell me in the chat window how many A is there in the Arogya Setu app? Even Corona safety apps are coming. Fake apps are there in the name of Corona. PM cares at SBI, not PM care. So people are sharing PM care at SBI. Many people have given the fund in the PM care at SBI. Actual UPI is PM cares. So such kind of fraud are at top. Fake news. Just now I have told about the news. The information about exams are not going to be held. Hotels are closed. So if you see, this is given by the press, PIB. No, this order is not issued by NIC. Few days back, CBSE also released order. This person is in the name of CBSE, in the name of CBSE letterhead, spreading the fake checklist. So we can check the publisher authenticity, can check the news publicity standard, the news. Sometimes it is just for the communal rights, just for spreading the rumor, just for spreading the threat. So clickbait trick, this can check these ads we are floating here and there. This is called click trick. So notice the spelling, typographic mistakes can be there. So these are the small hygiene tips. These are the few tips. Self-isolate your data. Nowadays we have always a caller tune. The rules tips for new digital normal. Self-isolate your data from use protective equipment such as messages, clean your computer and mobile devices. So next, quickly I have a recap of digital millennials. Although we have benefits of social media, they can have bonding with their friends. Nowadays they are not moving out of place. So how they can connect their, they're sharing even their food, their every moment at social media. So there are certain benefits. They are not feeling lonely, but there are risks. They are spending more than 4 times they are spending on screen. They can be victim of online bullying, and online reputation can be damaged. Being harassed or annoyed by someone you don't want attention from, being the victim of online scam, and self-esteem, especially for teenagers, is reduced. So these are the social media threats. So think before you post. During few days back, we are looking at Sari challenge, and post your photograph with your kids, couple photos, all are stealing your data. And using, mind it can be misused. It can be misused. You have given the permission to Facebook. You yourself are posting your images. Check for any subscription. See, our debit card or credit card number is already there with the Google We don't asking for subscription. After 7 days, they deduct the amount and that is non-refundable. So kindly think before you click, think before you post, and verify your fake apps. Just Google it. Just Google the developer. So these are the few social media ethics I have discussed with you. Do your privacy settings very carefully on WhatsApp, on Facebook, and to avoid identity theft, avoid revealing too much. Communicate and collaborate with known people only. And see, feelings hurt. We can hurt. We can hurt with our and we can hurt them with our words. So now our words are digital, and you never know how far it can go, how fixed your digital footprints are. You cannot remove your digital footprints. So please, these are all about awareness. Now moving to how you can file a complaint. So I have told you about each and every act can be crime on social media. During this 1 hour, I can't cover those laws in detail, but yes, we should aware our kids about certain laws. Like suppose in a trolling, they like mota bacha standing with a hippo. Someone has posted bhai bhai ek saath. Can you imagine what that child can feel? He feels stressed. A class 8 student filed a complaint against his father because his father posted their vacation photographs on Facebook, and that girl was in the swimming costume, and a boy of her class commented on her photograph badly, posted a bad comment. So she filed a complaint against his father. Under Right to Privacy Act. Kids are posting bad messages on our online classroom chat window. It's a crime. So now what you can do? Take a snapshot, keep it with you, file a complaint. But as an educator, we don't file any complaint for our kids because it can defame our school reputation. It can defame that child. So please first tell them this is a crime. But if personally, or if you want someone is doing, beyond the limits, catching Instagram case of that boy is something, I don't remember the full name of that. So that gang has caught just because of filing a complaint. So who can file? Anyone can file a complaint. This I have told you. How to report? There is a child helpline number. You can circulate this to your kids. 1098 is a child helpline number. With the NCPCR, children can always launch a complaint. They has increased. If any crime occurs at Instagram, this is the link. Twitter and on Facebook also you can lodge the complaint. In any case, so first step, what is the first step? On the social media where you encounter the crime, kindly launch your first complaint there. Second, you can go to your nearby police station. There, under the cyber section, you can launch the complaint. If you cannot go to police station, this is cybercrime.gov.in is the portal where you can launch your complaint, and anonymous here you can post your complaint. your payment from say I accept, it will ask you cannot have a track, but if you to this will reach directly and this is helpline number from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. You can launch your complaint, you can seek help. Keep a record with you in the form of Snapchat, in the form of links you received, then you launch a complaint. In case you want to send any
Chani ma'am, Chaya this side. Website so that everybody can download those cyber security resources and can really go through and can actually be the digital citizen. It was visible. I just want to go through those resources.
yes, sure. Actually,
Yeah,
sharing the
that's
presentation. Now I think
that's
visible.
yeah.
Okay.
Just resources may you can just show that everything is available to us, but we are so ignorant.
Yeah. So this is I see.
Just go to the resources, ma'am.
Which
It is
resources?
ma'am.
Ma'am, this is link on browser.
Other cyber crime and then the resources. It is yeah. It is.
Thank you.
PDFs also there, ma'am. There.
It's very. That's what.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you
you.
so much, ma'am. And how to file complaint material from where we can search, but this is one of the authentic government site. So please look into it. So if you can see, so @ cyberdost is a Twitter handle for government. NCPCR all are on this common portal, cybercrime.gov.in. So
Yes, Chandni ma'am, there is a question from way by which we can find that particular link.
ma'am, you can just post that before you never click on email ID spam link which you company name on Google, you can get authentication from there. Even you can see the information you are getting. Before downloading any app, if you post it on Google, it will tell you about the developer profile also. So you can check authentic.
What do you call the time spent by a youngster in a website like LinkedIn? He, he's saying, what do you call the time spent by a youngster on a website? How can we check whether the given video on YouTube can be downloaded and used?
Okay, Vandana ma'am, there are description box or in that information about that. Use the link and acknowledge. Uh, source
Find out the originality of the image.
yeah, so that is the images.google.com. I'll share my screen again and I'll explain.
And Chandni ma'am, I just the audience. Thank you.
To the I'll post this to the organizers. I'm sending them, they are posting, right? So they can post in the chat window. So you are asking about reverse image search. See, in the app you write images.google.com, right? Here we can upload any image. Any image you have, if you upload it, you will see the source of that particular image. If I just download any image and I'll upload this. Right? Now I am uploading this. So it can be any image I have. Sometimes you have kind of quiz, identify the image, but this can also be used to find out the source of the image. Whether any person have misused your photograph or not, this can also be found out. Now you see, this has given the source. This is Taj Mahal and related visually similar images will come. Because I have uploaded it from my system and it will show me the similar images. So this is reverse image method. Hope it is clear.
Okay. Thank you, Chandni ma'am.
Welcome.
Thank you, Chandni ma'am.
I think we
So I
will post on Ankita ma'am, I have shared a PDF with you. If you see, you can see. You can check this. If you want to share, you can share.
Okay. Thank you, Chandni ma'am, for the wonderful explanation and the tips, plus the social media ethics which you have explained to all of us.
I think Ankita ma'am, I am sharing one link with you. They are concerned. I mean, related to cybersecurity, they can share not feedback of this session. I am talking about it's general awareness. So it's like you can record your voice, you can record your video, and it is a common platform to share. It's purely optional.
Excuse me, ma'am. I have a question. Can I put that?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I am a teacher by profession, and in one of your statements, you said that if we're using any video, we need to acknowledge. So, how
Yes.
and where do I acknowledge?
Okay.
Thank you very much.
And you are using in your class. Suppose in so then it,
Most of the educational videos, they already have in the introduction the thank you very much.
This
audience hope we can spread the awareness.
Thank you, Chandni ma'am.
Thank
And
you.
we would also like to thank all the participants, and we are